Yelp literally out of their minds with their new stamp out racism sort of nonsense. It says new customer alert to help on Yelp takes firm stance against racism. When you actually look at the posting that will show up, it says recently someone associated with this business was accused of racist behavior, resulting in an influx of people posting their views to this page, right? So let's say you're a conservative and you work at a particular restaurant, you have a conservative viewpoint. Now, someone who is associated with a leftist group then comes in contact with you, finds out that you're a Republican, that you hold conservative views, and they get their whole group to post that you're a racist, you're a white supremacist. I mean, we see it already with just about everybody. You have the leaders of the Proud Boys, who are like Black, Hispanic, who are deemed as and labeled even by the media as being white supremacists. And it says here, racism is reprehensible, has no place in Yelp, and we unequivocally reject racism in any form. This is read about the reports, so we understand the desire to warn others about racist behavior. Again, Yelp is not the one who is viewing the behavior and then like doing any sort of background check, right? If someone makes an accusation, it gets enough people who start posting about it. Yelp throws up your business is racist, so that when people look up like, oh, when do I want to go to dinner tonight? And then you look at your favorite restaurant and you see a huge, this business is racist. And of course, this previously happened to another business called the Human Village Brewing Company. It says a targeted harassment campaign led by No Hate New Jersey, a group whose social media presence seemed to have only spawned spontaneously around August of 18, was purposefully successful in getting the original conference venue, the Broadway Theater, to cancel the contract, leaving organizers scrambling to find a new host who just 2 weeks before the event scheduled on 2019 in August. Also targeting, there we go. It says, talking about the brewery, it says, we've been getting terrible reviews on Google for these guys are Nazis, Nazi supporters, and they start a campaign against us, Rich said. So with 3 days of solid phone call after phone call from as far away as San Francisco, right? So again, this has been going on Yelp for quite some time. This will only, of course, make it even worse for individuals to be targeted. It's just a tool used to terrorize and target businesses who may have employees or who may be owned by individuals that are more conservative or, of course, Republican in their way of thinking. It's just a real super easy way to target other businesses of individuals who maybe hold positions or think in a way that doesn't agree with your way of behavior, and so people will band together to try to basically halt their business. It's a real good way for competitive businesses in the area to basically utilize groups like this to target you. It's so stupid. Oh man, so stupid. Media fueled reviews. This is the new business accused of racism alert, is an extension of our public attention alert that we introduced in response to a rise of social activism surrounding the BLM movement. If someone associated with the business is accused of or the target of racist behavior, we will place a public alert on the business page to warn the consumer that the business may be receiving an influx of reviews as a result of increased attention. And it's like, it actually pretends to think that people don't lie, that there aren't groups of people who aren't willing to sit there and post. I mean, if you look at Twitter, you can just see people post the same lies over and over and over and over again. When they get debunked, they just keep on posting them. Like the wage gap between men and women for generations, like 50 years, about the wage gap, and people keep posting the same debunked material over and over and over again. And of course, we've got Yelp literally adding to the downfall of businesses. I mean, it's so hard to maintain a business. And so now if you're a business that has actually received any sort of success, and if any one of your people who work on your team is associated with any sort of what anyone would deem as racist, right? If you're a white supremacist, right? If you're deemed a white supremacist, if you have white privilege, then these individuals can, of course, can post onto your page that your business is racist. You're associated with this person. He's a racist. Why is he a racist? Because he believes that merit is what matters, right? And that's what part of white supremacy. It's part of being a white supremacist. If you believe that hard work transitions into results, well, then you're a racist. And then, of course, as an employee of said business, you then get targeted, and then of course that business gets targeted. So what happens, right? This is a good way to actually get people fired. It's a good way for people who hold a separate viewpoint to lose their jobs over their viewpoint, regardless of their viewpoint may be correct, right? You can be deemed as a racist, and of course, as a result, individuals will lose their job. You could be a business owner who is Republican. You believe in small government. You believe in less taxes, right? And as a result, you can be labeled as a white supremacist. All you have to do is just get enough people to post negative posts, and then Yelp will throw up that this business has been known for some racist activity. This is completely stupid. I can't believe that they would actually think that this is a good idea. I mean, it's so utterly ridiculous in today's day and age that stuff like this actually gets by. And then the sad part is that it's pushed by even corporations. It's pushed even by corporations, where corporations get too much power. They get individuals who just basically want to push an agenda, and they utilize their corporation to basically do this. It's disgusting.